Hey guys, welcome back in my new video. And in that video we are finally gonna create a trading strategy for our trading bot, or at least start to create the strategy, because we gonna to write algorithm that will find an 1 2 3 formation on our chart and will open position after finding it. But maybe let's start from theory and let me explain you what the 1 to 3 formation is. The 1 to 3 formation is the formation of movement or trend reversal. So, for example, if we have some strong trend, strong movement, let's say, something like that, and in some point it finishes and reverts, and there is a so-called point one. After that it reverts one more time, and that local peak is named point two, and here it reverts back and goes up, and that, as you can guess, is point 3. And important thing that point 3 should be somewhere between point 1 and point 2. It can't go below the point 1. And if we can see such formation after the strong movement, it's very probably that in that place, after the point 3, movement will return and will go in other side. So our purpose to enter, to open the position in that place, after we have we have sure that it's already all the points 1, 2 and 3 are formatted. Let me show you that formation in some real examples. So let's find that formation somewhere here, and for example, maybe let's see the gold chart and have, for example, here something like that. Yes, I think it was that formation. And as you can see here, our movement goes down, and here it stops in point 1. After that returns up to local peak at point 2 and returns back to point 3. That was about the point 1. And our purpose in such situation is to open position somewhere here, after that bar that has a minimum of 0.3 has confirmed. That means that the maximum of the next bar will be higher, or on one of the 3 next bars will be higher than maximum of 0.3, and also minimum of one of 3 next bars will be higher than a minimum of 0.3. Yes, and also that important condition for point 2 also, it also should be confirmed. It's in such way, I mean the minimum of one of 3 next bars after point 2 should be lower than minimum of point 2, and also maximum of one of the 3 bars should be also lower than maximum of point 2. Let's start implementation. In GregTrader folder with our framework, I have created for the easy creation of online trading bots and backtesting the trading strategies on historical data. If you haven't seen my previous video where I explained all that framework, you can see that. And you can download that framework from the description from my GitHub. So open the strategies folder and copy the blank strategy.py file and rename the copied file as strategy123 and let's open it. Here we have nice preset that can allow you to start with creating of your new strategy. So let's rename our main class here. And in the next function, that will be doing all the stuff, all the logic, all the calculations of our strategy, because the next function is called at every bar of our data. It's for online trading or for offline, for backtesting of our strategies. So let's call here an function called open 123, and that function will need an data frame as an argument. That data frame includes data with previous low, high, close, open prices for our bars. Let's implement that strategy, that function. Open 123. And maybe for purpose you will know what we are talking about. I will show you how the data frame looks like. Let's just print it. And also to use our strategy for backtesting it on the previous data, we need to import it to GregTrader. So that's one. The name is the same, and we also need our main class to inherit from that strategy. And that's mostly all. Yes, and as we can see, it's also simulation delay period value should be not none. That's value that some offset from the beginning of our data frame, that our algorithm needs to have initial data. After that, it starts calculations. Let's create parameter number of bars to check minimum. And let's assign the value 80 here. And what is this? This is the parameter that we are checking of minimum of our data frame, and we need our minimum to be 0.1 to our structure make working. So for example, we are checking all the previous data in that place. So from here it checks the 80 bars, all that length, and finding the minimum bar here. So it should be 1. And also that value will be our simulation delay period. And let's run, and let's finally see that data frame. And yes, and as you can see, the data frame, it's something like that. It's just just our historical data values with all that close, open, low, high prices and also volume, but we don't need volume in that case. And here let's implement function that names find point one. That will, as you can guess, will find point one. And another thing I want to do here, let's also find index of our current bar, of our last known bar. And well, let's pass that index here. And let's find index of minimum of our data frame. From low price. Subframe, like from last number of bars to check minimum, and minimum index from that. And when we find our minimum index of our data frame, let's check if it not too far away or not too close to our position when what we have now. So let's define parameters named minimum formation length. That will be 6 bars. 6 bars I think will be quite good. And also self maximum formation length. And here we have, let's say, 20 bars. So now let's check that our index is inside that parameters. Let's do it in such way. Yes, and in the case function doesn't find anything, just return none. So function is finding point one, and if it doesn't find it, so it just stopping find information in that iteration. Let's go now and find point 2. Another frame, and we will also need an point 1 index. And point 2 will be maximum of data frame. Also, let's check here the condition of the minimum formation height, because we could not accept some, almost flat formations. So let's pass here self min formation height. And it will be different for different instruments. And now, for example, for the gold, for the 5-minute perspective, let's say it will be okay. That formation has an almost more than 4 pips length, so let's say 3 pips, maybe 2.5 pips will be our minimum of height minimum of formation. Let's check it. And here we was right at condition that the value of potential point 2 minus value of point 1 of lower width bar should be bigger than minimum formation height. After that, after we have find the maximum index of formation, and if when we check that formation is higher than minimum formation height, we should also check if point 2 is confirmed, as I said in theory. So let's write a function that names confirm point 2 and we will need also only point 2 index and data frame, and let's do it in such way. That means we are checking that 4 bars, that point 2 bar, and 3 next bars after that. Index max, index min, sorry, and minimum index of that, so the minimum of maximum should be not point to index, let's say, and also if let's check also condition of that lowest prices, that also lowest price of next bar, of some of next bars should be lower than lowest price of the point 2. And if all conditions are met, let's return true, other way return false. And here in find point 2 function, let's call confirm point 2 function, and yes, and if it confirmed, we will return point 2. Other way, we'll return none. And let's find point 2 here, and if it doesn't found, just finish executing of that function. And there is another condition I want to add to find point 1 function, because now it just finds the lowest point of our data frame. For example, as I showed you before, there is our data frame, and in that case we have that, movement from up to down and everything nice. But what if we have here some consolidation, something like that, and point 1 could still be the lowest point of all the data frame, but there will be no the movement down. So how can we check if there was movement from up down, not just consolidation? Here I propose such way. let's take some value. For example, for my minimum values of formation height, and let's check if at height of the point 1 minimum plus that 4 minimum heights somewhere here formation was several bars ago or not. And if it was here, it was probably movement up from up to down. So let's write something like that. Minus let's say 40. For me, it's for my experience, it's a good value. Yeah? That condition will met. Otherwise, no. And next thing we need to do is find point 3. So let's do it the similar way. And also we need to check if our point 3, as I said to you before, point 3 should be higher than point 1, should be above at that point. So it will be easy check. If and also we need, as in the case with point 2, we need to confirm point 3 and just copy that function and let's change some parameters. So maximum and minimum of point 3 should be not the maximum and minimum of whole that 4 points that include point 3 and 3 next points, 3 next bars. And yes, let's here let's add here that function confirm point 3. Okay, we have it. And now I think the all condition is checked and we can just open one position. And let's see, let's check it. Also let's check the name of instrument, because as you can remember we was choosing a minimum formation height for gold. So I'm gonna to download it really fast. Okay, it's downloaded. And yes, 5 minutes. So let's run it. Okay, we have some error here. Okay, I found the error and there is here. It should be index. Because we are looking for the last index of our data frame. Yes, not the whole row. And also let add here some another condition. Condition not to open position 2 times for the same formation, and do it in such way. Let's add some variable. Call it previous point 1 index, and here if point 1 index is equal to previous point 1 index, we will just returning. Okay, and maybe we can put it here. Why not? And let's run it now. Let's see what it will do. Okay, opening some positions. Okay guys, and as we can see, it quite work. It finds some very good points like there, 1, 2 and 3 point here, and after that price going up, and yes, up and up and up. There are some other points like here, for example. When it also find 1, 2 and 3 formation, and after that also price reverts and going up, and such way here 1, 2 and 3, and also here. Maybe here it was not some strong reversal, but still it was like a little price after that goes up just a little up to that level. Here also it going up after that, and here there may be not good point, but not everywhere that formations works. And yes, so it in most cases that algorithm working, the formation reversing trend. In some next videos maybe we will talk about when to close the position to realize profits, but for now it will be everything. So thank you guys for watching, please like the video if you like it, please subscribe the channel, and see you next time.